Morning guys, as you can see it's a very rainy, wet day here in Spain, and it's supposed to be here for the next few days. Fantastic, as I want to move the rest of the furniture today and over the weekend. Alright guys, just a bit of a update. It's quite funny, something mentioned about one of the last videos being a bit of a rant. I've got to admit, it's more a case of you come across that stuff and you get sick of hearing it. And I know some of you guys probably get sick of me ranting on about it. But one of the problems you get with socialism is a lack of responsibility. They do not admit any problems. I mean, for example, if you're talking about the way children are today, they would turn around and say it's society. At no point would you say, well, hang on, we pump millions into social services and stuff that is constantly failing. No, don't talk about that. But anyway, that's to one side. As you can see, I've got my plants over now, so I'm quite happy. The rain sort of held me back because I've got some big furniture to move. We've pretty much moved everything over, and that's why I've been a bit quiet. I've also been looking at some contract work in the UK because I think I'm going to go back for a bit. We've got our setup here now in Spain. I think this will be it for foreseeable future. The owners want to sell this place in about 2 years' time, and I think we'll buy it. People in the block are already asking if we're buying it because they like us here anyway. So that'll be quite nice. But as you can see, the waves are quite busy down there, and I can't really use this as my office space, but to be honest, that's actually a good idea. What I'm talking about is where I'm stood, which is in the balcony, because these little guys here pump out some heat. Ideal for drying the laundry, but not ideal with sticking a couple of £1,000 worth of computer gear in here. So instead, I'm going to probably work on a laptop and put my Mac somewhere else for now. I was at a nice Swedish woman's place yesterday looking at her garage because she's just bought a garage for her electric bike. Similar problem, she's got an electric bike, nowhere to put it, so she's bought a garage for it. And the thing with that is there's no socket, so I've got to see about putting an electric socket in for her as well. So. But not in this weather, I'm not. Not doing a lot in this weather, to be honest. I'm just drinking my morning coffee. I've got to admit, the difference just being up the road is huge. Now, I'm not a million miles away from where I was, and this is why I do stress, if you do get people say I absolutely hate Spain or whatever, it's probably just the location you're in, because there's a lot of people here completely ignorant of other people and couldn't give a damn. Here, you don't really get it, because, well, let me put my coffee down for a minute. I didn't say for sale, for sale, for sale, for rent. They're mainly tourist places. So just in the holiday season they're full, and then you get the rowdiness and people being a bit of an idiot sometimes, but not too much. Where we were though, different story, because it was a bit like living on a council estate. The worst ones are the ones there full time. But you live and learn, and that's what I'm saying. When people say I hate Spain, it might be a case of quite simply you're in the wrong area. Try moving somewhere else. This is one of the reasons I say rent first. I'm also going to be doing more on transience as well. Not transgender, don't get confused. Transience, which are transient expats, in the fact that you can live in Spain and work in the UK. The whole point being is that although I'm here, financially, it's cheaper for me to live in Spain and commute to the UK, even if I ended up renting a small place in the UK, because people like myself move around a lot. So there is no point me going, oh, buy a house in the UK. How long have you been there? 1 month of the year. Because although I'm based in Worcester, as people quite happily troll me, will say, oh yeah, but you stop at your parents in Worcester when you're there, you don't have a house. Thank you. Ah, Igor. That's my mate Igor. I'll be back in a... Alright, I'm back again. Yeah, what I was saying is going back to the UK for a bit of contracting work. One of the things I want to do is, obviously I've mentioned about doing the air conditioning stuff, which is another reason I'll be over there. because I can actually get on a physical course there rather than trying to do stuff on the internet, which is no good on this type of stuff. You physically got to get an understanding of the pipe work and stuff. So that'll be good. I'll also fund it while I'm there as well, so I'm looking forward to dropping back into a contract. The car itself, as you can see, is still down here. Still got those problems with it, but in all honesty, I've been driving it since I've got it back, and although it's got these issues, I think it'll make it to the UK. I was going to take it to a mate's garage here, but in all honesty, I've had it to several garages by the guys that own it that were supposed to fix it, and then you're getting the reports back that they recommend changing the controller. And I think it is the controller. I think the controller is interfering with the fuel management and stuff, which is why it's creating these other problems. Because the car itself seems to be running fairly smooth beyond that, but all they do is they reset computer, and I've had it from Opel, I've had it from 2 other garages that they put it into to get fixed, and they've all come back with change the computer unit, and they're going, yeah, but that's expensive. But in Spain it's under warranty, and you actually guarantee the warranty for 1 year. But hey ho, this is the whole point of insuring stuff, you see. I mean, personally, I'd look to have some sort of insurance policy tied to warranties, so that as a car seller, it wouldn't even be my problem. It'd be an insurance company problem, and they just deal with it. But I don't know how that would work in Spain, because somebody wrote bloody garages around here. be a wheel of fortune whether it gets fixed and whether how much you pay for it. But anyway, enough grumbling today. Enjoying the rain. I don't think I'll be moving much furniture today, thanks for that. But I've got to admit, I really love being back in La Mata. Even a bonus being back where we were to begin with, because the other apartment is literally just underneath where Denise lives. Our friend Denise, she's an English teacher. So yeah, as you say, I'm not doing much at the minute beyond moving stuff. I'm going to start a new YouTube channel as well, which is going to be called Matt Tutorials or something, which is just going to focus on tutorials for Excel and all the computer type stuff I do, because I want to share some stuff where people can actually learn something and make a living off it. And to be honest, when I start doing it on here, it gets mixed in with other bits, because I'll do a video, say, on Excel, then I'll do a video on the Philippines, then a video on Spain, then a video. So if you're trying to follow the tutorials, unless you know how to use playlists, which a lot of guys don't, you won't actually find them in the right order. So what I'll do is I'm going to separate a channel off just for tutorials, and I'm looking at doing another one just on cookery. It's going to be a little bit different. Well, how can I say a little bit different? I'm going to be focusing on things like how to make roti, how to bake your own bread. Yes, I know roti is a bread. Poppadoms, you know, lots of naan bread, as you probably guess. Bread is a bit of a theme. It's the stuff that I find a little bit more difficult to make than a lot of the meals, because obviously I can make a Rogan Josh, I can make chicken buna, I can make whatever. But it'd be nice to actually show how to make the breads as well, because I think the breads are one of those important bits that often get overlooked. So I'm going to do that, but yeah, there'll be curries in there, there'll be traditional dishes in there, meals for under £2, all that sort of stuff. Mainly out of interest. Yeah. And it'd be nice to actually do some in the UK as well as Spain, because obviously we got a Mercadona here, and we could go to Lidl, Aldi, all those. In the UK you can go to Tesco, Sainsbury's, blah, 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 and get different foods from different places, and then put into different meal packs together, sort of thing. So I'm interested in doing that out of curiosity as well. I mean, I know what it's like to slum it. I've done it before. When I went to the UK, I had £3 for the week for my food budget, because by the time I paid for a new car, accommodation and everything else, and my fuel budget of £170 for the week, I had £3 left in my pocket. And that was like living on bread, beans and whatever I could make, soups. That was it, a mix of the three, not on the same dish. But the point is, even that, be nice to do something on an absolute mini budget as well. Single man's diet, all that sort of stuff. Be interesting. So yeah, even though I haven't been producing many videos, I've actually been doing other stuff, like thinking about what's worth doing. I've also been on some of the little YouTube groups in Facebook. It's interesting seeing some of the stuff other people get up to. Also, where people are trying to push their channel forward. And that's one of the things I think is important, is to recognise you've got to enjoy doing it in the first place. It's not supposed to be a career move. It can end up as a career move, but don't expect it to be one. I mean, like mine, the money stays in the Philippines, and at the moment, there's enough in there for a medical emergency, there's enough in there for some renovation projects. But at the end of the day, could I live on it? Well, I could if I was in the Philippines, but I would have to be doing more videos on more channels. As it is, it would pay the electric bill and some of the schooling, but it wouldn't cover food bills and other bits as well. It's only partly there. But then again, a lot of the stuff these days is going on to live shows, something I don't really cover. Mainly because the internet ain't good enough. Because I get people going, well, I can't see your face. And you can't see your face because the internet's not fast enough. Or if I put the video on, the audio goes. So that's why I don't really do too much on the live chat. I'd like to do live chat, but nice to get some people on there, guest talking and stuff, and talking about different things, different ways of life, what people are up to. I'm going to try and get some more people here in Spain to talk about what they do to keep themselves going here in Spain. I suppose that's one of the things that's been brought up relating to the Brexit. I don't think the Brexit's really going to make any difference to most people out here. When people talk about the medical stuff, a lot of the time they never register as living here, which is why they fall into some of the problems, because they keep their living in UK status while living in Spain, then they hit problems because their medical card is supposed to be for tourists. It's not supposed to be for residents. Residents are supposed to either transfer their medical cover to Spain or have private medical insurance, as simple as that. But so many don't, and you get people who actually complain, oh, it's unfair, they wouldn't give me my medical. That's because you've been here 3 years. It's supposed to last 3 months. Anyway, thanks for watching.